Tonight's top story, America's largest producer of milk is broke.
This after Dean Foods filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy protection this month. KX News reporter Robert Suhr joins us now with more on how the news is hitting local dairy farmers. Robert?
Hey, Lauren and Nicholas, good evening to both of you. North Dakota is home to nearly 100 dairy farms, with many of them in nearby Morton County. And while that number is down significantly over the last decade, there's a new hurdle farmers must deal with, whether or not someone's got the cash to buy their product. They say milk does a body good, and for decades we've been touting the benefits of milk.
Fresh milk, limited to and characteristic of mammals, produced for one purpose only, to supply complete nourishment, has since the days before history been a staple in man's diet, is well nigh perfect food.
But in 2019, the milk industry is facing tough times as Dean Foods, one of the giants in milk production, has filed for bankruptcy. And that's important because Dean owns Land O'Lakes, and you don't have to go far in North Dakota to find those products on the shelf. Kenton Hawley is one of those Mandan dairy farmers. He's got over 700 cows producing milk for Land O'Lakes.
The last 4 years have been pretty tight margins for the dairy industry, and it's just another stretch on our resilience and able to handle through circumstances that are not within our control.
The first sign of trouble for Dean hit 2 years ago when they lost a massive contract with Walmart, who began processing their own milk. Now their products take up most of the shelf space, leaving only a fraction for Land O'Lakes milk. The news comes at a time when traditional milk sales are lagging behind alternative dairy options, such as almond and soy milk.
Dean Foods wants to say that, well, it's because of all the alternative beverages, you know, flavored waters and water and stuff like that. Well, that's bunk. Dean Foods dropped the ball on being able to make sure that they were taking care of the market that they had. They weren't doing anything to create new products to keep up with the consumer demand.
On their website, Dean states they will operate under business as usual conditions and consumers and products should not be affected. I spoke with Harvey Hoff of the North Dakota Dairy Coalition. He milks 100 cows in Richardson and tells me if the courts decide to close the Bismarck plant, the impact would be catastrophic.
If it closes down, that's kind of the last blow for our industry, I feel. There's only one other plant in the state, and that's Kemp's in Fargo. That's it. I mean, how much more can we take?
Now, I reached out to Dean's for comment on this story, and they tell me, quote, any future decisions regarding our plants will be based, as always, on market conditions and the needs of the business. Now, according to their website, guys, Dean says they are in talks to potentially sell the company to Dairy Farmers of America Incorporated. Now, that is a co-op that is owned by thousands of dairy farmers across the country. However, when I talked to both dairy farmers today, they told me while that news may seem good on the surface, it could be bad because it limits competition,
yeah,
which they need in their business.
Yeah,
wow.
We'll have to follow the story. All right, Robert, thank you very much.